What is up, guys? Tim Dessaint here. Hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day. I am super excited because we just hit 50,000 subscribers on the channel today, and I could not be more grateful for each and every one of you. Actually, let me show you a little something. I woke up this morning and my girlfriend had prepared a little something for me in the living room. Check this out. It's pretty cool, right? And it's on the clothes rack that's in like all of my videos. Let me put this down. It's getting a little heavy. This all just seems so crazy to me, you know? I started this channel 6 months ago now, mainly as a way for me to explore video. And yes, I wanted to build an audience and I understood the potential of YouTube, but really I went into it with a mindset of, let me try this YouTube thing for a couple of months, see if I actually enjoy making videos, and then we'll go from there. I never mentioned this on my channel yet, but there was a time when I tried blogging. To see if I enjoyed it, I started and quit 2 different blogs. Both quit them because I just found out that I didn't really enjoy writing. It just wasn't fulfilling for me. And I started YouTube with that same mindset of experimentation. Except this time, I freaking loved it. I just loved the whole editing process, choosing a soundtrack, editing to the music, voiceovers, scripting. I just really enjoyed the whole creative process of making something out of nothing. And so I dove straight into it, watched tens of hours of tutorials on YouTube about editing and filming and voiceover and audio and the whole deal. The more I got into it, the more I wanted to learn more and get better at it. And that's the mindset that I still have today with each new video that I make. Every week I just try to learn something new, get better, improve, and make a video that was better than the previous one, all while talking about a subject that I love, which is fashion. And so I'm very thankful for this platform because it's allowed me to combine 2 things that I've come to be very passionate about: fashion and making videos. And so to now have this opportunity of having this many people watching and commenting such positive things, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to you who is watching this right now. Just know that I truly, truly appreciate you, and thank you for being here. Anyways, enough of me rambling on. I wanted to make a Q&A for this occasion, so let's do that right now. But first, we gotta get some coffee. Oh yes, we do. Hey Mike, how do you like to drink your coffee, bro?
I don't drink coffee, my guy.
This guy is a barista, and he doesn't even drink coffee.
I make good coffee though. Right?
He makes it well, though. He makes it well. Thank you, brother.
Brother, enjoy.
All right, let's do this Q&A. All right, guys, let's jump straight into it. Probably gonna do about 10 to 20 questions depending on how long it takes me. So first question, what seems to never go out of style despite all trends? I would say a good, you know how much I love white t-shirts, so I would say a good white t-shirt, plain white tee, never goes out of style. You can always rock that, as well as a white Oxford button-down. I think you cannot go wrong with those. And maybe some dark indigo jeans as well. Question number 2, how long did it take you to really find your own style, and how much of your style is borrowed from others? I think style is something that you build up over time. I wouldn't say that it's something with a beginning and an end. You're constantly on your style journey, and as you age and as you get influences from different things. I started getting into fashion around my teenage years, and since then I would say my style has developed a lot, it's grown a lot, and it's still growing today. And as for the second part of the question, I definitely think that a big portion of my style is inspired by others and by outside influences. Your inspiration can come from different sources, right? For me, I do really enjoy reading fashion blogs, and I get a lot of influence from other fashion bloggers on Instagram, for example. So I'll make my own little mood boards, my collections, and I'll save things that I like and things that I want to try and implement in my own style. I also think you can get influences from stuff outside of fashion. So whether it's creative arts, whether it's photography, I think you can borrow influences from many different sources when it comes to fashion. Like even architecture can be an interesting one as well, I think. Question 3, what did you study or are studying? So I'm finished with my studies now and I have a master's degree in marketing. Question 4, dress tips on budget or for students. Okay, that's a good question. So if you're on a budget, I would definitely focus on the essential pieces first, like get your Oxford button downs and your plain t-shirts and your denim and your chinos and all of that, and stick to classic neutral colors. I would definitely, if you can, depending on how big your budget is, I would invest in quality pieces over quantity. Like if you can, invest that little more in some brands that produce higher quality clothes at a reasonable price, like Asket, for example, instead of fast fashion. I would do that because those pieces are gonna last that much longer, and overall it's going to cost you less on the long run because you'll have to replace those pieces less than if you would have bought like poor quality clothes. And yeah, you mentioned the word minimalist in there, and definitely if you're on a budget, I would keep it pretty simple until you can buy like bolder, more colorful, or more expensive like designer pieces, or just stuff that's a little more eccentric. I would definitely focus on the core essentials in your wardrobe first. If you had to keep only one trousers, one top, and one pair of shoes, what would it be? Trousers, I would go for some, like, not suit trousers, not chinos, but kind of those relaxed, like the Uniqlo Easy, the ankle length pants, that sort of trousers. I would go with one of those, maybe in a navy color or something. And I would go for white t-shirt and clean, minimal white kicks. Yeah. Can you provide us on how to do color matching? I will definitely make a more in-depth video about that in the future. Question 7. All right, this is a multi-part question, so we've got 3 in there. I'm gonna try to do all 3. First one is, how has your style changed, evolved since starting the YouTube journey? So a lot of people think that since I started YouTube, I'm spending more on clothes or I'm buying more stuff, and I'm actually not at all. I don't think there's a single video on my channel for which I had to buy clothes that I didn't already have in my wardrobe, maybe except the white t-shirt review video, the perfect white t-shirt one. But even that one, all the items that I didn't wear in the end, I returned them to the brands. So I didn't really spend any extra money on new clothes just for videos. So I wouldn't say that making these videos changed my style at all. All the stuff was already in my wardrobe and I just used whatever I had. Second part of the question, would you rather have more but inexpensive clothes or less but expensive clothes? Okay, so for me it's definitely the latter, but I would change the wording of expensive to quality, because expensive clothes doesn't necessarily mean that they're high quality. You can get very high quality clothes at a cheaper price than some of the luxury brands out there. So it's really brand dependent. So I would go with the latter, but I would say less but higher quality clothes. Victor asks, do you know any other languages than English? And if so, why do you know these other languages? So yes, I know 3 languages fluently: English, French, and Spanish. And I speak these, well, French is my native tongue. So obviously I speak French. I was born in France. And I speak Spanish because due to my mother's line of work, we traveled quite a lot when I was growing up as a kid. So every 3 years we would move countries. So that took me to different parts of the world, including Japan, Canada, Uruguay, Ecuador, and yeah, so I spent 6 years in South America in Uruguay and Ecuador, and those are Spanish-speaking countries, so I had to learn Spanish. And I know English because I lived in Canada and Toronto for a couple of years, so I had to learn that as well. Next question. Zhang asks, what are the things that influenced you on making this YouTube channel? So I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of this video. So let's go back a little bit. I first started my Instagram account a year and a half ago. And I started that because right after school, I got in my first corporate job and I didn't really like the experience that much. I knew that the corporate life wasn't really for me, and I knew I needed to start something else. I needed to start a side hustle and pursue a passion. And since I've been into fashion for a long time, I always in the back of my mind wanted to start a fashion blog. So I decided to start my Instagram account, and as I mentioned before, I also started and quit 2 different fashion blogs. And a year into it, I decided to start a YouTube channel because I had been doing photography for a while and I loved photography, but I wanted to pursue video and see if I enjoyed that, and I really loved it, and that's why I started my YouTube channel. Amon asks, where did you grow up and what ethnicity are you? So like I mentioned before, I grew up traveling around the world every 3 years, so I grew up in different parts. And what ethnicity am I? I am French Japanese. Do you have any style tips for men with longer torsos and shorter legs? So I am one of those men. I do have a slightly longer torso compared to my legs proportionately. And if you're trying to visually lengthen your legs, which would be more flattering, I would say, I would definitely play around with high-waisted pants and maybe like tucking in your shirt and stuff. Anything that elongates your legs basically is going to make you look more proportionate. But at the same time, you don't necessarily have to follow those rules. Like when it comes to fashion, I'm more on the camp of experimentation and just doing whatever the hell you want to do, really. Like if you like how a long line t-shirt or a long line bomber jacket or whatever looks on you, then just rock that with confidence. And I would not stick to things that only look more visually appealing on you because of your body type. Do you do anything to keep hair from falling? Can you help me with that? I did a video on that, so I'll link that down below for you to check out on how to have healthy hair. Okay, let's do one last question. So this question comes from Stefan. Hey Tim, it seems so many of the best looks involve no-show socks, but I can't seem to find any good ones that are both comfortable and don't slip down in my shoes. What is your favorite type and brand? So I recently found some really good no-show socks that I personally love, and those are from Muji. They do have different kinds of no-show socks though, so the one that I like is the one that comes with the little pad, the little rubber pad back on the heel, so it keeps the sock from falling off. And some of the no-show socks they have don't actually have that grip, so definitely look out for those with the grip. But yeah, those are definitely my favorite ones. Super comfortable and they don't fall off. All right, so we'll wrap it up right there. Guys, once again, I cannot thank you enough for all of your support. You really inspire me to grow each day and get better. So have a beautiful day, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.